Welcome to Rock the Block. Your host, Jon Blok. We have a special guest in the building with us today, Mr. Ethan Berg of Agora VR. Ethan, how are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. So Agora VR, I had a chance to experience it. It's pretty amazing. So tell everybody, tell us about Agora VR. Tell us about your vision and how it all got started.
Yeah, it sounds great. We actually recently changed the name to Agora World, just to kind of more bring that into concept. But I mean, ultimately, I guess I started this during my junior year sophomore year at Temple University. So I'm a recent graduate as of last May during the pandemic in 2020. And, I came to this vision because one of my really good friends graduated slightly before I did. And he moved across the country to California. I'm based in Philly. And we learned really quickly that outside of video games, FaceTime and video chat plus text and social media, there wasn't really a lot for us to bond over and to do together. So our initial vision was to build a virtual reality shopping platform where, retailers could build their own storefronts, upload 3D models of their products. You walk into a mall, you see other shoppers there at the same time as yourself. And, we quickly found out it was a novelty because Amazon has about 1 million options. Our stores had about 40. So, while it worked great, and it was a really immersive concept, we came to find out that the thing that really brought people together was that fact alone, was bringing people together and having something that you can truly experience together. So since then, me and my co-founder, Sky Knight, me and him actually have pivoted slightly last August to building an immersive social platform. So overall, it's an open 3D platform, and the goal is really to transfer the lonely, flat 2D experience that we have now into a living, breathing 3D ecosystem with an emphasis on real life experiences in a digital format. Wow,
that sounds really amazing. So what kind of events have you done so far and how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's going great, honestly. We've held things from, we held Philly Tech Week's opening event a couple of weeks back in conjunction with PACT, which was a phenomenal event. We had people from the Philadelphia community come to this event from Philly, LA. We had some in Japan that showed up, which was really awesome. So, we had face-to-face real interactions with people that you normally wouldn't be able to take part in this. We've held a career fair with Diversitech Summit back in March, 250 attendees. On average, they spent about 1 hour and 40 minutes within the platform itself, walking around, interacting with one another, meeting potential hirers, and then meeting potential candidates. And then from there, we've done art galleries, nonprofit fundraising events. We're dabbling in retail a little bit, and we're getting into tours now and classes and education.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I say, and I had a chance to visit for Philly Tech Week, and it was really awesome. I had a chance to meet some new folks, swap some information and emails, and it was great. And I love how it really feels like you're right there in the experience, And those kind of social norms I see are still in place, right? So if it's a group of people talking, you don't necessarily want to just kind of, bum rush that group. You kind of wait your turn or someone's walking by. So it's really cool in that way.
Yeah, much more fluid. I'd say it's, we found that it's really natural is the thing. It's like you're used to it from real life. So even those that aren't technically the most technically sound, they're not the most adept at using this kind of stuff. They find out really quickly it's just like real life, and they're able to navigate and interact with people just as they would if they went to a physical location.
Yeah, very cool. So let's talk about features. What kind of features are embedded in this Agora world?
Oh man, there's a ton. I don't even know where to start. So I guess the main thing that we're doing is the foundation, right? So ultimately we're building that ecosystem. We had someone compare it to WordPress for 3D was the way they described it. Because as I said, we want this to be a community-led ecosystem. So I'd say at the core, which is what we've been focused on, is the ability to host 3D environments an infinite amount. The social interaction system, the fluid interaction, echo cancellation, cross-platform development, and then obviously some no-code customization tools, which I would say that's probably our biggest unique proposition from our standpoint. Is we've tried to make it so that anybody can create their own immersive social experience. I myself have no coding background, so if you asked me to change the color of something, there's no way I got that. I'd figure it out, but it's not my domain. Obviously, I would say as one of the lead designers on this team, and obviously along with my technical co-founder, we've curated a vision that will allow us to make it as simple as creating a Facebook profile to actually develop these spaces with simple walkthrough steps, uploading an image, uploading a product, video, typing a description, title, put a URL, and you select what slot it goes to. On that wall, I want it on slot 5, I want it on table 2, slot 37, and when you press save, our system will place it there for you. So you don't really have to understand how it works to begin reaping the benefits. Wow,
very cool, very cool. So this concept you had in mind prior to COVID?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we started the the shopping platform in 2019.
Okay.
So I guess we were a little ahead of the game. My dad used to bring home all the new technology. We were always into video games, me, him, and my brother. So he brought home the Oculus Rift, I believe, with S.
Yes.
It was just, it's literally, it's unbelievable. I mean, the Quest is another level now. And I think it just really opened my eyes to the possibilities of what you can really create and, again, experience with other people. That's the main thing that I'd say we found is really lacking. Like what can you really share? What memories can you make with other people online?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So what's you're definitely a visionary in what you're doing with Agora World. So what is your vision of the future? How do you think, we are going to interact socially moving forward?
It's a great question. I think in-person's here to stay. Anyone that's kind of against that, I think is a little delusional, not to put a term on or label on anybody. But, I've heard a lot of other founders that are creating virtual event and those kind of platforms that have said, I love virtual events so much better. And in reality, it's just not true. Anyone that says that, again, they're lying to themselves. So I think that the way we're looking at it is that the online experience is lacking in that it doesn't feel real. And with the technology currently available, and I can't even imagine what's going to be available in the near future, but I feel as if we can kind of transform the online experience to be similar to that of in-person, but provide all the benefits of online. No geographical barriers. There's unlimited information that you can tap into at one given second. So it's a lot easier to curate that worldwide web network, I guess, that we're heading towards, the spatial web. But I do believe a hybrid space will be the main future. I can imagine 10 years from now, you go to a conference, there's an in-person experience and an online experience, and they're literally linked. In person, you're wearing AR glasses. Online, you're within the virtual metaverse. The space is identical. So you scan a 3D model of Philadelphia Convention Center, let's say. You put the booths in the same exact location, practically the same design, same exact space between all of them, so it feels real. And while they're walking through the space in person, they'd be able with the AR see those virtually walking past them in the digital format in the same geolocation. And those that are online using camera technology, crowd control, AI type stuff, they're going to get the biometrics of those in-person people to be scanned into the virtual world, so you can have that merged interaction. And I think that to me is inevitable. I don't know when it will happen, but I'm very excited for it to be the case. And I mean, I more look at it because at this point, we're a global ecosystem. We're a global community. I really don't like the geographical barrier side of things, because at the end of the day, we have people going to the moon. We're going to be sending people to Mars. So to say that we've got people in multiple worlds, yet our global community is not able to connect in a real way yet is just, it's upsetting, I would say.
Sure. Yeah, that's really exciting. So let's talk about, end users for you, right? So what kind of end users are you looking for? Like who should go, seek out Agora World? Are you looking for the artists? You're looking for the business? You're looking for everybody? Who are you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we want everyone to have access. That's why we're creating these no-code customization tools. Like there shouldn't be a technological expertise barrier or a money barrier. I mean, it's pretty expensive to get these things developed at this point. As you know, you're involved in all of these kind of things. So, I think tools like you use CryptoVoxels, you use, VR chat. There's a lot of other platforms that have created an easier way to get it done, but you still need to understand how it works. So sure. I would say for us that main end user is the person who isn't into video games, the person that really doesn't know that this is possible yet. I mean, we've had 80% of our users have told us they've never done or seen something like it before. So while it's out there, the awareness isn't quite there, the exposure isn't quite there. But ultimately, I mean, I'd say our main clients that we're going after first are universities and corporate organizations.
So once again, Ethan Berg with Agora World. Appreciate you taking time to talk with us, Ethan.
Hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate the opportunity.